We spend so much time preparing for baby's arrival, but what about mama? This is my third baby I'm currently pregnant with, almost 37 weeks pregnant, and I am preparing for birth and postpartum quite differently than my previous two. I'm prioritizing natural and holistic health and healing with a real recovery plan for myself, and I'm preparing for birth in an entirely new way. I've lived holistically for my entire adult life, so even with my previous two pregnancies and births, they were holistic. However, this is an entirely different approach. So if that sounds interesting to you, stick around. I'm gonna be sharing with you what I'm doing for my birth prep. Of course, I'm not there yet, but what I plan to do during labor, my postpartum plan, and a few other things that you might not think are important for postpartum recovery, but I'm definitely prioritizing this time around that I wish I would have with my previous ones, but just didn't even think to do so. So my name is Janae. If you're new here, if you're not new, welcome back, friend. If you are new, welcome here. I have two littles and another one on the way. I'm a wife, homemaker, business owner, mama, and I share about all things homemaking from a biblical perspective. So if any of that interests you, consider sticking around, hit that subscribe button and the bell. And of course, if any of my videos are encouraging to you, please let me know in the comments down below, but most importantly, share it with a friend that may need it as well. All right, let's hop on in. So for a very quick 1-minute recap of my previous two births, with my first pregnancy and birth, I did all the things, like all of the natural and right things you're supposed to do to prepare your body for birth, I did. I drank all the things, I ate all the things, I did all the things, I worked out all the time up until I was around 37 weeks, worked out, I was fit. I fit the bill for having a pretty seamless birth and delivery, right? Well, that's not how it went at all. Despite all the natural remedies, despite all of the things I took internally, did externally, I ended up having a prodromal labor for 5 days and then active labor for almost 40 hours. I was at over 9 centimeters for over 8 hours. Ended up almost having a C-section. I hemorrhaged, I tore, baby had to go to the NICU. Like it was a hot mess, but God's hand was in it all, praise the Lord. And then with my second, I'm like, you know what? This is like, let me let go a bit. Let me give a little bit more control to God, you know? I'll do a little bit of things, but it was definitely not like the first. And I had a 10-hour labor from start to finish, no prodromal labor. Oh, with my first, I was pushing for 2 hours. With her, I pushed for like less than 10 minutes and she was out, she was healthy, that is that. So now with this third one, I've learned some things, taking some things from both, and then yeah, so what I'm doing for birth prep this time around. Number one, the most important thing that God has taught me over the years, especially because of how both of my births went, is letting God control, like trusting in Him over everything. Like trusting that no matter how my birth goes, He has got me in His hand. He's got this baby in His hand, and it's more relying on Him than my own doing. Because at the end of the day, if I rely on my own self and everything that I do, He gets no glory, right? I could be like, oh yeah, I did that. I prepped my body this way. Yeah, like God, He didn't really do nothing. And so for me personally, yes, you still have to do your part, which is, you know, all of these things that I'm going to talk about. But first and foremost, you got to let it go to God and just know however your birth goes, ultimately trust in Him and trust that He's got you. So that's my number one tip that I'm doing this pregnancy. The next thing that I'm doing or not doing and haven't been doing, like I said, I'm almost 37 weeks. I'll be 37 weeks tomorrow, is I'm not stressing over doing, quote, all the things like, oh, eat 7 dates a day, drink red raspberry leaf tea 2 to 3 cups a day once you hit 37 weeks. Make sure you work out all throughout your pregnancy. Make sure you do these exercises. Like I've barely worked out this pregnancy just because of many reasons, but physical limitations being one. I've done what I can, not stressing over it. I'm not worrying about eating 7 dates a day because number one, that's expensive. Yeah, I have dates, so I'll eat them sometimes, but I'm not like putting all of my like thought and energy into like, oh, let me make sure, check this off, do this, do this, do this, do this every day so I can prevent tearing, so I can have a smooth labor and delivery. Like, just based off my personal experiences of my 2 previous births, that's just not how it works for me. And it's not to say do nothing, so I will be doing and taking some things that I'll get into in a minute, but I'm not stressing over it, and I'm not putting all my energy and time and focus and money into these things, if that makes sense. The next thing that I did that I did not do with my previous is I created a birth notebook with scriptures in it. So I have a separate notebook that has, let me go get it. So a couple months back, I made this notebook. I printed out, like it was just easier than writing it all out, my prayer. But I typed out a prayer, and well, more than one prayer, but different prayers with scripture in it, just about, you know, pregnancy, labor, having a healthy pregnancy and labor and all of that. But specifically, I titled different pages, like this one is titled delivery, and then I have a prayer for that, and then I have another page that is titled dealing with fear or feel fearful thoughts during labor. So if I'm feeling fearful at any point, I can just like reference this real quick, or be like, tell my husband, hey, read me what's on that page. Read me those scriptures, because I need that reassurance. I need to get this fear out of my head. So I just put the scriptures and things right there. And then another one is during labor, certain things to say to myself mentally, like read to myself, you know, I can do all things through him who gives me strength. So if it gets hard and I feel like I can't do it, I can literally just be like, okay, what page? Like, am I fearful right now, or am I in pain? Like, what reassurance do I need from the Lord, right? So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Do not be anxious about anything, but with every situation by prayer and petition. And so I wrote those scriptures there. And then I also put a section for pain relief if needed, like other than the scriptures, some tinctures and essential oils that will help. I'll get into that in a minute and tell you exactly what's on there for that. But yeah, so having like a prayer notebook for even my pregnancy, and then also for labor and delivery if I need it, quickly accessible, doing that. And then the next thing that I did is I created a birth worship playlist. I didn't do this with my previous ones, and I think it'll be really nice if I need it. This is all if I need it. You know, I don't know how my birth is gonna go. I have my wishes and my hopes that I've shared with the Lord, but I don't know how it's gonna go. So I'm preparing for everything. I'm not being negligent, just doing nothing, just being like, oh, it's gonna be a perfect labor, you know, like I'm just preparing for everything. And yeah, so I created a worship playlist on my phone that I can quickly just pull out, press play, put it on the speaker, whether I'm at home laboring or at the place that I'm laboring at, the birth center, and just kind of listen to that, get me in the zone so I can really just focus on my breathing and relaxing my face, which is a big thing, not tensing up your jaw and just really being relaxed. The next thing, this kind of goes along with the first thing I said about trusting the Lord, is just trusting God more than myself and being okay with whatever the outcome. So again, yes, I have a prayer and a hope and faith for the way that I would like it to go, but his ways are above our ways. And if we can come to terms with that before we're actually in the situation, I feel like it'll give me and you guys like more peace to whatever the outcome may be, you know, if that makes sense. All right, during labor, these are some things that I'm actually plan to take if needed during labor, when I'm in active labor or early labor, or whatever the case may be. If I need pain relief, I got some tinctures. I have a couple of more that are already packed in my hospital bag. I will have red raspberry leaf tincture on hand. I asked my midwives about this as well. Make sure you check with yours for your situation, but mine cleared me for this. So I have pills, I have tinctures, but I know I'm going to take that if needed for pain relief, and also it helps the contractions to be more efficient. It helps the uterus to be more efficient at the contractions, hopefully helping the labor progress faster. The next one is I have a chamomile tincture it's calming. It can help with slight pain relief, but also just to calm the body, calm the mind. So I have that. I also packed in my birth hospital bag. And then I also packed a birth comb. I haven't used that for my previous two, but I've heard that in like early labor, it's helpful. So I have a birth comb to put like the acupressure points. The point is like to take the focus off of your contraction and focus on like more of like, I guess, the pain points in your hand. Never done it, but I just bought it. It was like $5 on Amazon Prime Day a couple weeks ago. So I'm like, well, might as well give, have all the natural things available to me to avoid getting the epidural or any drugs or anything like that. And then the last thing is clary sage essential oil, possibly rubbing it on my belly topically if needed. I did do this with, I can't remember which pregnancy, I believe it was my last one. It's honestly a little bit of a blur, but I'll be packing clary sage or putting it on before I even leave. I don't know, we'll see, but clary sage may possibly come in handy as well for helping with the contractions and the progression and all of that. Now, my postpartum plan, possibly the most important, which involves these tinctures that I'm holding here as well. And again, this is a plan. If it doesn't go exactly to plan, that's okay. Trusting in the Lord. But I'm just preparing, so I'm not unprepared for anything. My plan is to be in my bed, like in my room with baby for like 2 days. And some people say like they have like a 5-5-5 thing, but 5 days being in my room upstairs is just too long for me. I know that. Like I'm gonna wanna at least step outside or like come in the main area, most likely way before that, especially because I have 2 toddlers and a husband. Yes, they will be visiting and they will be coming in my room to see me and baby throughout the day, but my plan is to really just take it easy with my body and just rest and recover and not like be walking up and down stairs. So my plan is just to be in my room with baby for 2 days once we get home. And then that also involves my husband, like, hey, you're gonna have to get me all my food, or whoever's here, probably my husband, possibly my mom if she's around, but like I'm not gonna be going up and down the stairs going to get food. Like you have to get my freezer meals. That's why I prepped them. You're gonna bring me breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks when needed, and I'm literally just going to be resting as much as possible because postpartum recovery is so important for our bodies. And I feel like we a lot of times neglect that. It's like, oh, you feel better than you don't feel, sometimes you don't feel that bad. So it's like, okay, I can move, I can go get something, I should move. Like, no, your body just went through something like crazy, birthing a whole human. You need to give it time to relax and recover before pushing it to do things, even if you feel ready to do things. Like that's great and all, but yeah, so that's what I'm doing. And then the next thing that I did not know about with my previous 2 is I'm going to focus on eating mainly warming foods. Ayurvedic and like Chinese and different types of Western, I think, medicine, some type of things, say that it's best to avoid cold foods up to like 6 to 8 weeks postpartum. I'm not gonna avoid them for that long just because I know I can't. I prepped some cold food like energy balls and stuff like that I will be eating, but I am going to try to focus on warming foods as the bulk of my meals, especially in the first couple of days postpartum, because apparently that helps the body heal faster and heal better. So warming foods like soups, stews, anything like warm, things like ginger root that like brings that fire to the body. But ginger, of course, be careful with if you have like excess bleeding. There's certain precautions that you might want to wait for that. But yeah, like warming foods, turmeric, and stuff like that. So that's what I'm going to be focusing on this time around. And then I'm going to be drinking teas daily. I showed it in a previous video of one of my food preps, getting ready for postpartum, like my freezer meal prep. So go check out that video if you haven't, but this is one of the tea blends that I made. This is just a blend of 3 different teas. I am going to be drinking teas daily, at least 1 cup a day, just to help with all the healing and all of that. And of course, teas are warming. So, and they have so many benefits. So, teas. And then the next thing is tinctures. So I got about 6 or 7 tinctures total. I got cramp bark for pain relief postpartum. I know a common one that you see is the, I think it's Wish Garden or something, the After Ease. I got that with one of my pregnancies postpartum, and personally, I didn't feel like it helped, and I was taking it multiple times a day. I know a lot of people say it helps, but I'm like, let me try something different. So I got cramp bark because that's said to be a really strong pain reliever. So I got cramp bark tincture, red raspberry leaf, because for me, red raspberry leaf has helped me with my dysmenorrhea, which is severe period pains. I have endometriosis as well, so I always have gotten bedridden every single month since having my period. Would have to miss school, work for like 4 days because I'd literally throw up sometimes. Like the pain was so bad. But when I started taking red raspberry leaf along with another supplement, serapeptase, those two combined, like I can mom, like I can be a mom and I don't have to be in excruciating pain anymore. So I have red raspberry leaf for postpartum as well. And then I also got a few other tinctures just for healing of postpartum. Here's another thing I forgot to tell you about the pain relief during labor if I need it. The cramp bark tincture, also calm magnesium powder, which I have. I didn't finish it from my pregnancy, so that might be calming to the body. So I'm like, it's worth a shot, you know? And then the red raspberry leaf tincture, and then essential oils. Clary sage I mentioned, lavender, frankincense, and Roman chamomile. It says to dilute 2 drops per tablespoon of carrier oil and rub it on your lower belly and lower back to possibly help relieve a little bit of uncomfortable or pain if you experience it. So I'm gonna have that on handy. And again, I wrote it down in my labor book so I don't have to think like, wait, what were the essential oils that were good for rubbing on my belly and lower back if I'm uncomfortable? It's just right here. It's like, okay, for pain relief if needed, here's the essential oils, because nobody wants to think when you're in labor. So everything's right there. So I highly recommend making yourself a little birth notebook. And so yeah, the other tinctures I got for postpartum healing is milk thistle. You can do your own research on this. I did all my own research on all of these things. But yeah, I got dandelion, milk thistle, and then maca root. So the maca root I'm not gonna take right away postpartum. I might start taking it a couple weeks postpartum. But just to give you a brief little overview of the benefits, the dandelion tincture is good for postpartum recovery. It's good for liver support. It's a digestive aid. It reduces water retention in the body and bloating. Milk thistle is great for postpartum recovery as well. It supports the liver as well. It helps detox the body. It can possibly help with milk production. Milk thistle is in a lot of like milk producing supplements that you take. It's good for helping regulate your hormones. So yeah, those are, and they both reduce inflammation in the body. It's gentle detox, and they are actually both say they can support milk production. And who doesn't want that, right? Because I'll be breastfeeding. So yeah, that's just a few of the benefits. Maca root extract is great for hormone balancing, but I am going to wait 1 to 2 weeks until taking that. Now, the next thing that is not talked about enough, that is so important that I didn't do with my previous, is clothing. Thinking about postpartum clothing. Now, hear me out. Hear me out, friend, okay? I got non-maternity clothing that would still be nursing friendly, that's still stretchy on the belly and comfortable, but it's not maternity. Because postpartum, it's like, oh, well now what do I wear? For like a couple weeks, a week or two, you might be able to still fit in your maternity clothes if you have any, but me, it's summer, I don't even have like, I have 1 pair of biker shorts that are like super comfortable, that are maternity. But that's it. I don't want to be wearing my maternity leggings every day because number 1, it's still summer. Number 2, they're not really that comfortable. Like I said, like I want some comfy clothes that can grow with me and like still fit me like 6 months from now, as my body is still going back to like shrinking my belly and uterus, and that are comfortable, natural fiber, that I still feel good in, but I also feel kind of cute in them, you know? Like, yeah, I'll just be around the house, but I got a couple of pajama sets off of Amazon. I think they're super cute. They're comfy. It's like a set, so you feel put together. I also got just some basic like cotton tank tops from Old Navy. Again, regular sizing, and then like cotton shorts with a stretchy waistband. So it's like you feel a little bit more put together than just wearing like your maternity clothes, because your stomach will start to shrink. Again, this depends on everyone's body, but I know for me with my previous two, I was back to like being able to wear normal clothes, not jeans, but like normal like sweatpant type things very quickly after birth. I still had a belly, but it was like I didn't want to be in my maternity clothes anymore because I was done wearing the same couple of outfits for 9 months. So yeah, I highly encourage you guys to pick out some like cute, not that expensive, like everything that I've gotten is not that expensive, but I got a couple pajama sets on Amazon. One of them's like a linen cotton blend, another one's just like muslin cotton material. So yeah, it's like loungewear, but it's a set, so you feel put together. It's also new because it's like, okay, you have this new life you just brought in. You want something new, like treat yourself too. No one's saying you have to spend $100 on a matching set, but like even 30 bucks, 25 bucks for like a new little pajama set that you can wear around your house and feel like, okay, new baby, new clothes, new mama. Like, this isn't maternity, but it's still stretchy enough on my stomach and nursing friendly. I don't know. I just think it's really important. Feeling put together for my own mental well-being, because I want to feel good. Like I said, even if I'm in loungewear, I want to feel good for my own mental health. I know it will be beneficial. The next thing, I'm possibly getting a belly band. I didn't with my previous, but I've been having trouble finding like a cotton one because it's gonna be on my skin. I have very sensitive skin anyway, so I don't really want like a synthetic one. So I'm still kind of looking for that. If anyone has recommendations, please let me know in the comments, but possibly a belly band, possibly not, but yeah, maybe a belly band. All right, the last thing that I am prioritizing is natural body care. Now, I make a DIY spray ever since I had my first daughter. Over 5 years ago, I make a DIY spray for down there. It's great for all down there, front, back, hemorrhoids, swollenness. It's been great for me. So basically, if you want that recipe, let me know in the comments down below. Super easy to make. I just put it in a spray bottle. It's obviously way more natural than like the Tux stuff, that like the Tux spray or the Dermaplast or whatever. That's all toxic, and it's like you're healing down there. Everything should be natural, including your pads, which is another thing I didn't put on here, but that I do. I get like organic cotton pads and like diapers. The brand Rael Organic has like these big disposable like period underwear things. Highly recommend them. They're even great during my menstrual cycles before I got pregnant, because it's so sensitive, you know, like you don't want to put toxics up there when you're healing. Think about it. So yeah, and then lastly is I have got my Bare-Based skincare essentials ready, because skin, I want to be feeling good and looking my best even without makeup on, right? So I need to take care of my skin, even with my 3-minute skincare routine I'm going to do. You know, even having a baby, it's like, let me wash my face and let me feel good, right? So my main things that I have is my toner, my bakuchiol and vitamin C serum, and face oil, body butter, face moisturizer, things like that. If you want to know more about my skincare, because all of this is my personal skincare brand, I make it myself, but I do sell it. I have like a whole business. So if you're interested in any of that holistic skincare, coconut free, made for sensitive skin, great for pregnancy, postpartum, you don't have to worry about like if an ingredient is safe, everything is 10 ingredients or less, then I will leave it linked down below with a special discount code for you guys. If you want to check it out and support, it would mean the world to me, but no pressure. Get your natural stuff if you want. And then the next thing is making a natural nipple butter. So I used to buy, in the past, I've bought in Mama butter from Mama Natural. I don't know, it's like a pink container. I bought that with my first, but then after that, I just started making my own because I'm like, it's super simple. cost me way less money, and it has just more ingredients that I like in it. So yeah, super easy to make your own nipple butter. Don't feel like you have to buy one. You probably have your own, like you can probably make your own right here, right now in your house. You probably have the ingredients. But yeah, so that's everything I wrote down. That is what I'm doing with this labor and delivery and postpartum care, because it is so essential to take care of yourself postpartum, not just your baby. If you take care of yourself even just a little bit, and 5 minutes a day, by putting on a cute comfy set, by washing your face, you are going to feel so much better, and you're gonna be a better mama. Whether this is your first child or your 5th child, I can guarantee you it will make a difference. So, oh, and also I forgot, the last thing is food. Prepping food for postpartum. I prepped a little bit for my second, when I was pregnant with my second. I'm like, okay, let me have some freezer meals. But this time around, I prepped way more. Still not as much as I would like, just because limited freezer space, but I definitely prepped way more food. I know I'm gonna be grateful for it, and so is my family. Again, giving the body time to rest and recover without being like, oh my gosh, I'm 3 days postpartum, but like, my family's gotta eat, I gotta eat, like my husband don't know how to cook, so like what am I gonna eat? You know, so having to get up and like cook something, even if you're up for like making a quick 20-minute meal, like why do that to yourself? Let your body rest and recover, you know? Only get up and walk around if you want to, and not feel like you have to like make a meal. Take that stress off yourself mentally and physically, and trust me, your body will thank you for it. So thank you guys for being here. I know this was a long video, but I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you did. Give this video a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button if you're not already, and leave a comment down below. What's something that you wish you did, or that you're planning to do, or something that you did that you loved in preparing for your birth or your postpartum recovery? Leave it in the comments down below. Share it with me. I want to know. Share it with everyone else so we can learn from each other. Always remember, God's love for you surpasses your wildest imagination, and I will see you next time, friends. Bye.